Hello, I'm Raymond Percy, and I'm a storyboard artist here at Walt Disney Animation Studios. Recently, the treatment to an alternate ending of The Jungle Book surfaced in our archives. Oftentimes, in creating a Disney animated film, there may be different endings that are tried through production before they actually land on the one that ends up in the movie. And that's exactly what happened with The Jungle Book. I was given the unique opportunity to storyboard this alternate ending, and I'm going to take you through it right now. I hope you enjoy it. Mowgli and Bagheera arrive at the man village and find it guarded by an old man holding a long-barreled musket. The fierce-looking old man raises his gun and fires at the two friends. But the bullet whizzes harmlessly over their heads. Bagheera growls, "That shot was meant for me, not you. Now get going, man cub." Mowgli hesitates, but Bagheera growls again. And Mowgli runs across the clearing to the village gate. The old man takes aim and is just about to pull the trigger when a younger man knocks the musket from his arms, causing the bullet to miss its mark. The young man yells, "Baldio, are you crazy? You can't shoot a child!" Baldio snarls in return, "He's bewitched. I saw him change from a leopard to a boy." As the villagers gather, a beautiful and delicate young woman appears and asks to see the boy. She whispers, "Nathu, can it be you?" Mowgli slowly creeps out from the bushes towards her. The man who saved Mowgli's life now comes forward and says, "He is no beast. He is our son, who was taken from us by the floods, brought back now by some miracle." Mowgli joins his parents and heads towards the village. Bagheera melts back into the jungle. We dissolve to Mowgli, now called Nathu, in the small walled-in yard of his parents' home. He has now learned the ways of man and has lived peacefully in the village for 3 months. But he is becoming restless and anxious. And suddenly, he leaps to the top of the garden wall and escapes into the village. His mother cries out for him to stop. Mowgli bounds away along the thatched rooftops of the village. Suddenly, Mowgli spots his old enemy Baldio telling a group of spellbound children about how he killed the king of all tigers, Shere Khan. Mowgli listens to Baldio's lies for a minute, but he cannot contain himself and he says, "I saw Shere Khan not too long ago. He is still very much alive." The old man flies into a fury. "No one believes you, jungle brat." "I did see him," says Mowgli, "on my way back from Monkey City." He tells the fascinated children about the fabled lost city with its great treasure of gold and silver and jewels. Baldio scoffs at Mowgli's story. "The beast boy has caught the madness. He's been bitten by a jackal." Mowgli screams, "Shere Khan is alive, and he's become a man-eater, so you'd better be careful." Baldio threatens Mowgli with his musket, but Mowgli's father steps between them and rescues his son. We dissolve to nighttime in the small house where Mowgli lives. He's in bed, staring at a fire. His parents are comforting him, telling him that it's okay that he made up a tall tale about seeing Shere Khan. They say goodnight and leave. Mowgli is troubled by all that has occurred. Suddenly, he has an idea. He lights a torch and leaps out the door. We dissolve to Mowgli running with his torch in the jungle. A herd of elephants panic at the sight of the fire, what they call man's red flower. He next terrorizes a rhino who screams, "The red flower! The red flower!" and goes crashing off through the trees. Mowgli finally reaches his destination, the Council Rock. He challenges Akela, "Come forward and face the weak man cub now!" We dissolve to a different part of the jungle where Shere Khan becomes Mowgli's next target. Shere Khan hears Mowgli yell, "You yellow-striped coward! Mowgli the man cub has come back for you!" Mowgli appears with his torch and chases Shere Khan through the jungle, finally cornering him in a ravine. Mowgli taunts the cowering man-eater, asking, "Have you lost your taste for a man-cub dinner?" before running off into the jungle again. Later that night, Mowgli is sitting in a lonely spot with only a small bonfire for company. Just then, Baloo and Bagheera enter the clearing. "So, you're back," growls Bagheera, "with the red flower." Mowgli says, "They don't want me in the village." He explains that he has come back to live in the jungle, bringing the fire to protect himself. His two friends walk off disgusted with Mowgli's behavior. "You've only succeeded in making more enemies," says Bagheera. "I'll have none of it," says Baloo. Shere Khan is in the jungle listening to everything that's going on. He waits patiently for Mowgli's fire to go out and then creeps into the clearing, ready to spring on the boy. But before he can attack, he is startled to see another torch, this one carried by Mowgli's sworn enemy, Baldio. Baldio wakes Mowgli up with a rough poke in the ribs with his rifle. "Lead me to the lost city and the treasure," he says. As they walk, Mowgli says, "I thought you didn't believe me." "You were right about Shere Khan being alive, so I knew you were telling the truth." "But it's a long way and I'm not sure I can find it." "Your life depends on it, boy." Shere Khan watches as the torch fades to a tiny speck in the distance and then slinks after them. We dissolve to the two arriving at Monkey City. Panic spreads among the monkeys when they see the red flower. They scramble wildly to escape. Mowgli leads Baldio through the now deserted ruins as Shere Khan stalks them. The torchlight illuminates a glittering pile of gold, silver, and jewels. Baldio stands mesmerized before the riches of an ancient kingdom. He forces Mowgli to fill a box with all the treasure he can carry. Mowgli staggers to his feet with the overflowing chest, and they begin their journey back to the village, with Shere Khan close behind. We dissolve. It is now much later, and Mowgli is exhausted from carrying the great weight. He stumbles over a root, and the treasure chest falls to the ground with a thud. Mowgli catches a glimpse of Shere Khan as he gets to his feet. He asks Baldio what he plans to do about the man-eating tiger. Baldio tells Mowgli he plans to set fire to the jungle, and that will take care of Shere Khan. Mowgli is horrified and begs Baldio not to burn his beloved jungle. "I hate the jungle," says Baldio as he forces Mowgli to continue. Suddenly, Baldio orders Mowgli to drop the chest. "This is as far as you go. Into the jungle with you. If you love it so much, you can die with it." Mowgli springs at Baldio and grabs the torch, tossing it into the river. Baldio is enraged. He shouts, "There's still no way out for you, jungle brat!" Taking the treasure under his arm, he steps back and aims his rifle straight at Mowgli's heart. Mowgli says, "If you shoot me, you won't have a shot left for Shere Khan." And with that, he points to Shere Khan, who leaps at Baldio, who screams, and then is silent. Mowgli crawls through the underbrush, searching for the rifle that Baldio dropped in the attack. He finds it just before the tiger spots him, and boom! The scene fills with smoke. It's daylight, quiet and peaceful in the jungle. Mowgli is talking to his good friends Bagheera and Baloo. Mowgli is excitedly telling the story of his adventures. He stops in the middle of his hair-raising tale when he sees Bagheera grinning at him. "You don't believe me?" he asks. "I believe you," Bagheera says. "I can see it very plainly out there in the grass." He gestures towards the body of Shere Khan lying on top of Baldio. The two good friends escort Mowgli back to the edge of the village as they tell him that he will now be celebrated as a hero in the village and in the jungle. From that day forward, Mowgli was admired and respected by all the people of the village. And sometimes he made a special trip to see his other family, the one in the jungle. For Mowgli no longer had enemies in the jungle. The Seeonee pack was reorganized under a new leader, and for the first time, a man cub was honored with full membership. And that man cub was Mowgli.